If you are watching this channel for the first time, please we advise you click on the share button, click on the red subscribe button, and on the notification button, so that when we have a new episode coming out, directly it will be shared to you. You will have the link and be notified of this edition, because they keep on coming and it will interest you. It will move you to another level. Welcome, listeners, viewers, ladies and gentlemen, on today's episode on the Daily Positive Living channel with Dr. Daniel Otoh. In today's episode, we'll be dealing with specificity of information, and specifically on sex education. This is actually a follow-up on the previous edition, which we started discussion on sex education. And today we would like to a little bit go further on this discussion. Because why are we talking about sex education to start early at that age? That's what we're talking about. And secondly, we'll be talking about what kind of information are we passing across to these children at that early age. And then when, at what point in time should we pass this information? At what period should this sex education actually start? These are the things that we'll be discussing, especially on this episode. Why are we discussing about sex education, especially starting at this early age? Do you know that sex is inbuilt by God, but lack of proper information has destroyed many, especially our children, which are actually the tomorrow. They are not just the future of tomorrow, they are our tomorrow. And lack of information on sex education has actually destroyed many of them. Many of them have left education. Many of them have been pregnanted. Many of them have left, they have become out of schools. They've left schools because of pregnancy, because enough information was not passed to them. This is why we're talking about it. And if proper information is not given to them, you can be sure that their end will not be good. So we need to start at early. What we're talking about is the information you pass to them at that early age lives with them with the whole of their life. At that age, when we're talking about this early stage, their brain is not so filled with many informations here. So the earlier you give them that information, it sticks to their mind all the days of their life. Even if they want to go out of it, they will still be thinking back of what their father tells them. And that is why, in order to save our society from this promiscuity, because the devil is using sex to finish our society and the tomorrow. My brothers, my sisters, you will agree with me that if nothing is done with the way promiscuity is going now, you may not even live to see some of our children. Some of them are dying on sex, and they need enough information. Some of them, some people tell them that sex is food. If you tell them sex is food, it remains with them, and they want to eat food anywhere. So if they see food in the market, they eat. If that kind of information is passed to them, it is not the best. So that is why I want to save this generation. If we want to save our children and make them have moral values. Even these days, people don't even have values on virginity anymore because of information. They even tell themselves that if you're a virgin, you are an old school. It's based on information. So what we're talking about, this information, it helps them to build them up so they can have moral value and then live up to expectation and become leaders that can lead people to their future. This is why we're talking about this. What kind of information and what level? When are we starting this kind of information? I told us before that as early as possible, tell them about the primary sexual organs and the primary sexual characteristics, which is very key. And then secondly, you tell them about the secondary sexual characters, the secondary sexual manifestations. What am I talking about? At what age? Well, before I continue, I want to explain the human developmental milestones, because when you understand this, you also know when to pass across relevant information. You all know that when a child develops within the first 4 weeks, which is the first 28 days of life, is called a neonate. Then an infant between that first day of birth down to 1 year is called an infant. Early childhood begins from age 1 to age 4. Late childhood begins from age 5 to age 9. Adolescent age begins from age 10 to age 19. The woman's reproductive age, which we called about the woman's reproductive age, starts from 15 to 49 years of age. After that, the menopause starts. What we call by early adulthood starts from age 20 to age 40. What we call by late adulthood starts from age 40 to age 60. Age 60 and 70, we are talking about old age. Then the elderly, anything about 70 is called the elderly. With this background, you will know when we need to pass across relevant information. When I'm going to be talking about principles and secrets of health, which is going to be very heavy on this channel, I will go deeper into what we're talking about, because your health is very important. Later on, we are going to, because it is so heavy that we are going to go, but I'm trying to lay a foundation now. So what are we talking about? When do you need to pass this information? At the late childhood, from age 5 to age 9, these informations are very key. That's where you need to tell them about the primary sexual organs. Tell them in a woman what are the primary sexual organs: the breast, the vagina, the buttocks, the clitoris, the cervix, and all that are important. And you should tell them these are areas nobody should touch. Nobody should touch these private areas. Nobody should touch your breast, except your parents when they want to bath you and all that. If you go, don't allow any stranger, not anybody, is allowed to touch this primary sexual organs. These are very, very key. Pass it across to them. Mention it specifically. For a boy, you have to tell them your penis, your anus, your bum, your chest are all very important. Nobody should touch these areas. These are very key information you should pass to them at that late childhood, from age 5 to age 9. When you come to the adolescent age, which is from age 10 to age 19, this is where you pass across sexual secondary characters information. Very key. Which is what? That is the age of menarche, the age of puberty. When the sexual secondary characters begin to manifest, the sexual organs begin to manifest. For a lady, the breast will begin to get the breast will begin to enlarge. It begins to come out. You now begin to develop pubic hairs. The buttocks begin to enlarge. The bum begins to come out fully. And then other things, ovulation start. Menarche comes. That is the first menstruation that comes in a woman, which is called menarche. And if it starts, it means that the woman is ready to ovulate. So you now make it up with ovulation, because if a woman begins to ovulate, it means that he's now capable of taking in. In fact, these days, some girls begin to ovulate, begin to menstruate and develop sexual secondary characters from age 9. Very, very early. Because of the changes we're having in the atmosphere, technological changes, atmospheric pollution and all that is changing the chemical component of people, and girls are even developing faster. You see, a girl of 9 can take in. So we need to start this education very, very early. If not, it can lead to disaster. So what am I talking about? Tell them specifically what will happen if a man enters. If a man, for a man, you tell them about the development of the penis. The penis becomes longer, and then the chest develop pubic hairs and all that. And at that age, they can pregnant somebody. They begin to have wet dreams. Tell them. Some people used to tell them that wet dreams is a sin. No, it's an age of sexual development. Tell them so that they can be aware. If you don't tell them, they will hear it from somewhere. So the information you pass to them as a parent remains with them all the days of their life. Even if they want to get spoiled or begin to misbehave at the later end, they will be remembering whatever you have told them. That is why these things are very, very key. What are we talking about? If you refuse to pass this information to them, it's very, very harmful. Look at what a mother did. A mother told a daughter that, a daughter of age 12, please don't allow any man to see your pant. That is the kind of information. That is an ambiguous information. The lady now left with this information. Don't allow any man see your pant. That is what he's all talking about. So when he meets a man want to talk. Say, no, my mother said nobody should see my pant. Let me give you this story. A lady of these 12 years, the mother told her, don't allow anyone to see your pant. There was a man in their compound that's always interested in this girl. He likes this girl so much, and so he wants to sleep with this girl. So he has been making attempts on this girl on a regular basis. Each time the man approached this girl, he will say, my mother say, nobody should see my pant. Nobody should see my pant. So, okay. For several times, this happened. So one day, this man said, okay, what am I going to do? This girl has been telling me I should not see her pants. Okay. One day, when the mother left for the market, he called this girl. He said, hey, you see your mother say I should not see your pants, but go and pull that pant somewhere. Go and pull the pant and come back. This girl ignoramulously, stupendously went and pulled her pants somewhere and came back naked. There was no pant anymore. This man visited the local government headquarters free of charge. Later on, after 3 months, this little girl began to vomit. Early morning sickness appeared. The mother was shocked. Say, oh girl, what is happening to you? My daughter, what is happening to you? Did any man see your pant? I said, no. Rich man, no man saw my pant too. But why are you vomiting? At the end of the day, what was the consequence? This lady was loaded with pregnancy. He was sent out of school because of this information. Why can't that was ambiguity in information? Tell your daughter or tell your boy, when a man's penis enters into your vagina and he releases sperm into you, you can get pregnant. That is not a bad information. It does not spoil them at all. It helps them to know. If not, when the man starts climbing them, they won't understand. How will you tell a child or your daughter, don't mingle with men? When you go out, don't mingle with men. What does that mean? A mother told the child like that. He went to school, in a co-education school where there are boys and girls. Anytime they are doing group work, this girl will carry her seat and go and put it somewhere. It takes the teacher to come and ask the girl, why are you so far apart from your colleagues and from your group members? Here he said, my mother and my father told me, I should not mingle with men. No, I should not mingle with men. What does that mean? The teacher has to make that correction. What does that mean? Tell them in plain language. When the man visits your local government headquarters, what does local government headquarters mean? When penis enters into the vagina and they release pen into you because you are now ovulating as a matured lady, from that age of adolescent age, you can get pregnant. And since it's not legal, it is a problem. That is what we're talking about on this channel. You will receive relevant information. These things are very key, and we need to do this so that we can save this generation from this menace of sexual abuse and rape and things that are happening anywhere because of ignorance on the part of these our children. Please follow me carefully. Subscribe to this channel, and I can tell you, you will be able to deliver and make the future good. God bless you.